Welcome back to the Randos podcast. I know it's been a while. I'm here with my co-host Cole,
I
and we're gonna be talking about school because that's something relevant, I guess. I don't know. We're high schoolers. What else are we supposed to do?
yeah,
But
I don't know.
first, let's start how we always start it. How was your day, Cole?
You know, kind of sad because we just ended off that 3-day weekend. I mean, we got another one coming up,
That's nice.
but
I am excited for that. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, teachers are getting vaccinated, which I'm really happy about. That means we're just getting closer to back to normality.
Yep.
Just really proud that the state's letting them getting vaccinated. My aunt just got vaccinated today, I think.
Really?
She's a teacher at a daycare up in Twin Lakes.
Huh.
It's like, yeah, everyone's getting vaccinated, and I'm incredibly happy that we got this vaccine incredibly fast, thanks to the doctors and shit.
Yeah.
So how's
No,
your
I
day
feel
been,
you.
Shane?
It's been nice. Like it's been kind of mixed. Like most of it's been great. But there's one class I'll get into later because it's kind of fallen off now.
Huh.
But I'll talk about that later. But other than that's been great. Especially since after I got quarantined, we'll get to that too. I got quarantined and I couldn't exactly go in the lift immediately. And I'm happy I'm back
Mhm.
into it, full force. I love lift. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
By the way, for the audience, lift is just working out for a football. We just call it
This is
lift.
off topic, but what are your maxes? Like your max bench, squat?
So for my max bench is honestly like 60, 70, something like that right now. Getting back into it, especially, which I can't complain about.
I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like JJ Watt, who's probably could bench a whole house for
He
God's
could
sake.
too.
But you gotta start somewhere. I mean,
Yeah.
can't go out there and just be the greatest of all time. You
I
gotta
mean, to be
start from.
fair though, like that's still improvement, dude. I started off this year like nothing. Like I was doing like maybe like 20. It was bad.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Dang, I was so out of shape. I mean, I'm still not exactly in my prime, but I'm doing better.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But you know, you gotta keep going with it. Roll with the punches. I guess the best way to put it.
Yep.
All right. Well, like we were talking about before, our topic is about school and all that. So let's start with an easy one. How is school for you? You mean like how current classes go and stuff like that?
I'm doing way better than I did the first semester because you get a fresh start and stuff with new classes.
Yeah.
But I still suck at history. Like no matter what I do, I still suck at history.
I actually can't relate to that one. I cannot. I'm actually doing really well in history for once,
Yeah.
which we'll get to. Actually, it actually has something to do with all the teacher.
Hmm.
So, but all overall, it's been going pretty well.
Yeah.
That's good.
How about you?
Pretty well. There's like especially like comparing it. I want to compare the first semester because like there's certain classes that like are better and certain classes that aren't better. Get my idea?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I got your
Some are
idea.
improvements, some aren't. And we'll get to that in due time. Like why I like certain ones and why I dislike them. We'll both get to that.
Yep,
But
yep.
and especially it's a little different this year because instead of it be going to football practice, me just going to weightlifting and doing sprints. So
Uh-huh.
it's a little different, but you know it's getting in there. It's working just fine.
Uh-huh.
I think really the biggest change from this semester is the fact that I get home earlier. Instead of
Yeah.
getting home at like 6, I'm getting home at like closer to 5. I can't complain.
Yeah.
And so that's that. Um. So yeah, going back to the topic of why I like certain classes, what are your favorite classes, and what's the best part about them?
So I'm lucky enough to be taking two acting classes in the same semester
Nice.
because my career, I want to become an actor. So I'm taking acting 2 right now in musical theater workshop, and they're going incredible. I actually got a performance tomorrow in my acting class.
Ooh,
I
that's
get to be,
good.
I don't know what I am. No, I do know what I am, but I don't know exactly what I am.
Oh, okay.
You get the gist of it. Basically, I really have all the same classes besides those two acting classes. Yeah, how about you?
Changes wise, I some of the classes like just went to the second one. Like for example, I started out with film, like digital film one last year. I'm on digital film too this year, which I'll get to. Instead of having my study hall fifth hour, I have foods that time.
Hmm.
And instead of having PE, my study hall is there now,
Oh,
and
nice.
that's really the only differences. And so yeah, which classes are your favorite? Like out of your all your classes,
Uh, do I have to pick one or can I pick
you
multiple?
can pick multiple because I'm gonna pick multiple.
Okay, my two acting classes and what else is there? What else is there? My French class is okay. I love study hall.
Oh, who doesn't?
Exactly. English is really fun because it's easy, easy A.
That's
Yeah,
always good.
I really don't hate any of my classes besides history.
Which we'll get to in a minute.
Yep.
Um, I'm actually on the exact opposite. I would say my favorite is history, and the reason actually is because my teacher. Because my teacher, I'm gonna refer. I'm not gonna use his actual name. I'm gonna refer to him as Mr. K. He is a awesome teacher. He's
Yeah.
super chill, super laid back, and he's just a fun, energetic guy. He makes learning history a lot of fun.
Pretty sure I have the same teacher. But like, I'm gonna type it in the chat. Make sure we have the same one, right?
No, actually, I have a
Oh,
different one.
it's not that one. I thought because like oh, him. See, I have the other K one. And see,
Yeah.
he's the exact same. I just can't learn history regardless.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard it was awesome. Anyway,
Yeah.
um, one of my other fun ones is like because of the teacher. Well, actually, I do want to talk about last year because last year I actually had the exact same thing with history wise. I had an awesome teacher last year, and it was similar stuff too. He was energetic, awesome guy. It was just nice to learn history.
Yeah.
English is all right. We're doing our independent novels. We're almost done with that.
We just got done with that. We actually just did our final paper today on them.
We're gonna be doing that tomorrow.
What book
Um,
did you read?
I chose to read a horror novel. I chose to read Carrie from Stephen King.
Oh, nice.
It's I chose it for a couple reasons. One of the big ones is that it's only 180 pages, but also because I do like Stephen King's work and I wanted to read his early stuff.
Yeah.
And that class is also fun because I have a lot of people in there I know, and the teachers I
Yep.
um, and obviously study hall is awesome. Mine's really chill, so I can't complain.
Uh-huh.
And Whole Foods is nice. I'll fully admit it kind of sucks because I made the mistake of not doing that last year, so it's very
Yeah,
much
yeah,
a
yeah.
freshman class, if you get what I mean.
Uh-huh.
So that kind of sucks. You mean because it's very much freshman class. So like, don't get me wrong, I have no problem with an easy A class, but it
Oh
gets
yeah.
boring.
That's true though. Like you're
Like
just
that,
too good for the class.
yeah. It's like that's the only problem with like easy A classes. That's why I don't do them.
Uh-huh.
It's like that's the only issue. Um, so that's yeah. It's a fun class though because we make food. You can't complain about that.
Yeah.
And I think tomorrow I'm making salsa, which I cannot complain about. I mean, like,
Ooh, that sounds good.
to put I just love the best way to put it is culture food. I don't consider salsa very culture
Uh-huh.
because it's a lot more Americanized now. But I mean, like yeah, we'll probably get into it in a different episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so now we talked about our favorite classes. Before we get into ones we really dislike, what are your meh classes?
My met
Like you could
classes.
take or leave them kind of thing.
Uh, Probably math and bio. Yes, I'm a sophomore taking bio. My eighth grade science teacher failed me because I was out with a knee surgery.
Oh, you
See,
told me about that.
I'm a sophomore taking a bio class, which I don't mind. Pretty easy. I have like an A minus in it right now. But
Nice.
though math and bio are really my meh classes, take it or leave it
Yeah,
type of
I
stuff.
I
What about
get
yours?
you. Similar with math. There was a class I actually didn't really realize. The class itself, like you get rid of the people, it's meh, which is chemistry. But I would actually consider it like kind of like between meh and awesome because the people in there make that class so special. Like that is the best way to put it. They make it special.
Jesus.
Like that's not to be mean,
No, I know,
like,
I know.
but we have people in there, like which I'm gonna make a fake name for, like Derek, a fake name, who the anytime the teacher makes a joke, he'll go, "Wait, what?" And the teacher will spend like 5 minutes explaining the joke, and like he'll be like, "But what's the point?" He'll like break it down for like no reason. He is not like some overly smart kid either. And he's not some overly stupid kid either. He's not like he's not like that kind of special or whatever. He is just a normal guy who does not understand a joke and is the funniest thing.
Who, like, do I know this person?
You might like I said, I used a fake name,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
so
Oh, he was. I'm pretty sure he was in my health class last year.
mm, anyway, but yeah, like that's one I could take or leave. Um, Geometry's another one because like it's a decent enough class. I mean, the people in there make it a little more fun. And my teacher, the only issue is it kind of is like a half monotone, so it's kind of hard to keep track with them, but it's not the other
Yeah.
way.
Uh-huh.
So I can't really complain.
Yeah, in my geometry class, it's just me and make up a fake name, John. Me and him are just like
Mm.
we're the smartest people in the class,
Ah.
and the teacher always just I like the teacher because she likes me.
Mm.
So and no everyone else is just so quiet and don't know anything, and me and John are just chilling in the front row. Like, hey, yo, we got the answer. Oh no, we want to call on somebody else, and they'll take like, for example, it's like, what is 4/8 reduce? And I swear, I kid you not, this person took 10 minutes trying to
Really?
figure out what 4/8 reduce was. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm like, are you sure you're supposed to be in this class? It's like, this is just long.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
Yeah, John actually just got quarantined today, so now I got math to myself for 2 weeks. I'm now.
Huh. Well, that sounds not really fun. I think it's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said it like that. I said it like a boomer. Anyway, but like seriously, yeah, that doesn't sound really great because like I know how it I know how it is when someone just gets quarantined. You mean like just like they just
Uh-huh.
got it's like, oh wow, they're gone now. Great.
Yep.
That's what I needed. All right, so we talked
Yep.
about the classes we like. We talked about the classes we could take or leave. Now let's talk about our least favorite.
Well, I've mentioned this multiple times in this episode. History with a passion. That's my. Let me. Yeah, that's the only class I hate. I mean, I have people in there that make it fine. I just hate history.
Mm, I get you. Like it's just like you don't really like learning it.
I I just find it boring, to be honest.
Mm. Yeah, I'm.
Like
Oh, sorry.
the
You can.
teacher makes. Yeah, sorry. Like, it's not like the teacher's like a monotone voice. He like does what he needs to do to teach us. I just have trouble learning it, and it's boring as fuck. Pardon my
Mm.
language.
Yeah, I get you. I actually feel you very hard in that one. Especially with the fact that like with certain classes it could just be really boring.
Uh huh.
Hard to learn. With history, I don't have that problem because I just get interested in learning about how people used to live because it's like it's interesting to think how far we've gotten. I guess the best way to put it.
Yeah.
And there is a famous quote out there. It's like we don't if we don't research our history, we're doomed to repeat it or something like that.
Uh huh. Yeah, I know what quote you're talking about.
Yeah, and it is an important quote because it does make sense.
Mhm.
So, but it's just I get why it's boring. I can totally get that.
Yeah. Right now we're watching a movie on World War I.
I
It's just
think
like,
in what it is.
I don't know the name of
Is
it.
it
We
all
just
quiet on the Western Front?
let me do
Is it about the
just get.
Germans?
It sounds familiar. I'm gonna go into our classroom right now. See if you
If it's
talk.
all quiet on the Western Front, then I watched it. Oh my god.
Yeah, you can just keep talking as I'm looking this up.
Yeah. Now the one I'm gonna say will actually surprise you personally, Cole.
Okay.
Which is the one I hate right now with an actual passion. I dislike right now is digital film.
Okay. Yeah, it was all quiet on the Western Front.
Mm.
Okay. Why do you hate digital film?
Right now, I'm in digital film 2 now. Digital film 1 was actually a good class. It was fun. It actually taught me a good amount of stuff I needed. It was good.
Uh huh.
Now, I'm gonna make up fake names for both teachers. Okay, we have Mr. O and Mrs. S. Okay,
Yeah, I know which ones you're talking about.
and
Miss
so
S, English teacher.
yeah, last year, sorry, last semester, They both taught. Mr. O was mostly there for technology's sake. He was just there to like help us with the with our Macs to edit and all that. And Mrs. S was the main
Hmm.
teacher. And
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with like either of them like at all. In fact, Mr. O was actually my football coach, and he was a good coach. If he was mad, he let you know. In that
Uh
class, it
huh.
was a little weird because he never got mad. He actually was super calm. It was a little weird, but I'll get into that some other episode. But um, you know, with that, in that class, the best way to describe like the only problem I had with it before is to repeat what someone else said. Mrs. S grades our assignments like a college professor.
Oh, that is incredibly true, and I can defend whoever said that. Coming from
Yeah,
her English class, my God, if that's not her to a T, I don't know what is.
yeah, and that is an issue. Like, that was an issue last year because we're in digital film one. We're just starting out. Give us a break. You mean?
Hmm.
But this year I actually didn't have a problem with the way she graded because it was like, okay, I get it. We're more experienced. You mean? But I
Yeah.
immediately realized there was a problem when I walked in and there was two other people in that class, which was I'm gonna use fake names. It was Jenny and Adam. Let's go with that.
Wait, is it just you and two other people?
Yes.
There's three total people in that class.
Yeah.
What hour is it?
Second hour.
Oh, okay.
And so you mean like that? Those were the only two.
Huh?
And so I immediately realized, okay, this is not going to be great, but it is better than last year because last year, as far as I know, there was only two digital film kids, and they did the announcements, which that's what we do.
Yep.
I need to give context to the audience. For our school, what we do for the digital film kids, they will film announcements for the school, like for just like a little news broadcast, like we'll say good morning, good morning school or whatever, and be like, for lunch today is this, good job on these athletes for getting this time, stuff like that. You mean?
Yeah. I got you, man.
And we do, and like it was us three up until a couple days ago. Because what happened was, Adam, the thing is, he is not bad at filmmaking. All three of us were in digital film one last year, last semester, sorry. And we just went to this one because why not? I mean, it'll be fun. And
Yeah.
Adam, he is actually a good filmmaker. I will stand by that. But he like never appeared in class, so they kicked him out.
Oh, they kicked him out?
Straight up, yeah, they kicked him out.
I've never seen a teacher that just kicked a kid out like they changed him completely.
Yeah, like free. Yeah, they straight up kicked him out. I
Wow.
and the thing is, I actually didn't know about it until today. I found that out today. Because
Oh
as
my
far as I knew,
God.
they were still considering. They were still going to kick him out. I was planning to talk to Adam and be like, "Hey, you need to like, fix your crap up, or you're gonna get kicked out." And
Uh-huh.
I went to him. And he goes, "Oh no, I already got kicked out." I'm like, "Oh," like, and so I found that out. And that class is
Yeah.
our, that class in general is being stressed out because, especially with like, because what happened was since there's only two of us now, I found out that there's a whole other project we have to do now, and I wasn't even told about this.
How are you supposed to film anything with two people?
That's what the digital film one kids are for, or outside of school. We can do it outside of school or in school.
Okay.
And the issue is, I know for a fact I cannot do it outside of school this week because I'm going to my dad's.
Uh-huh.
So I have to film in school,
Yeah.
which is gonna be an issue. But you win some, you lose some.
Yep.
But yeah, like, so yeah, that's that. That's one of my big issues now. I mean, we're just kind of we're incredibly rushed because we have to do announcements and do our own projects, which whatever. But now we're being rushed more and more. We have Jenny, who is just like you can. The best way to describe her is she is not like a lot of people will talk to me like when they ever see announcements because she's in them. So go, she
Uh-huh.
is really much a teacher's pet type person. I'm like, she isn't really, but she kind of is. Like that's not to be mean, but like she just tries to be like I guess the best way to put it is try to be a good student. You mean?
You guys get graded for the announcements?
Yes. But not like I'm not sure like how graded at all.
Okay.
But as far as I know, we really just get graded for them to be turned in. And I remember this will come back later when I got quarantined. Like actually, I'll talk about it when I get quarantined. and
Okay.
it'll further why I don't like that class. So, speaking of, let's talk about when we got quarantined. Now, me and Cole have both been quarantined in the past because both of us have been in football. I was a lineman, and he was. Which actually, I want you to say your official title.
I I think what Hensler, the main football coach, I think he described me, put me under as assistant JV manager. But everyone
Yeah,
just called me Water Boy, so I'm known as the Water Boy.
yeah, and the reason he did that was because, well, actually, I think you can explain why you joined football, but you really couldn't join football.
Okay, so I might get in depth, so apologies ahead of time.
You're
So
good.
basically, I was born with these chronic knee problems, which basically my MCL and ACL aren't connected to my kneecap, which holds it in place, right? So
Hmm.
basically, when you dislocate your knee, half the time it doesn't go back in. Mine just slides in and out whenever the hell it wants.
Ugh.
So I was basically restricted from any sport from a young age. And growing up, I always wanted to be like a football player or a basketball player. And hence I resorted to theater because that's the only thing I could do. And so this year, I was talking to John, the code name, and
Hmm.
he's like, "Oh, you should be the water boy for the football team this year." I'm like, "I don't know. I'll think about it." Like, "Oh, I have a meeting with Hensler after school. Maybe you should come with me." Like, "Oh, okay." And then I went, and then, long story short, I was number 23.
Yeah, and I do actually want to bring up a quick thing about that. We might actually add this on the end, like talking about our experience with football.
Yeah.
But for the first few days, because I joined late actually. What
Yes, you
happened
did.
was, I joined very late, which was
I
not
think you joined like
intentional.
2 games in.
Yeah, you guys were 2 games in.
You didn't join incredibly late, but you didn't join right away.
Yeah, and the reason for that was because I was really iffy if I was going to join at first, and then I heard that like a bunch of the kids got quarantined. I'm like, you know what? I need to support Badger. Let's get some. I'll be a lineman.
Yeah, because your friend, I won't say his name, actually quarantined the entire line, our defensive and offensive line. So in practice, it was just like the wideouts, the running back, and the quarterbacks.
Exactly.
It was funny. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
I quarantined myself because I was in close contact with John. I think I quarantined myself for like a week maybe, and then I came back.
Yeah, and I have been quarantined twice. Once in football because I was exposed, well, to you. That's a fact.
Yep.
And another time recently, actually, a few weeks ago, from one of my friends I was exposed to.
Uh,
So I actually do. I think this is an important topic to talk about because a lot of people, I think a lot of people have heard, people getting quarantined, this and that. I don't think a lot of people know like some of like of the good things and the negatives of it. Like they might know some of the
oh,
good things, but I don't think they really get some of the bad things. You mean?
okay. I see what you're getting at. Yeah.
Cause like everyone knows, oh wow, you can sleep a little more. There's some classes you don't have to do. That's awesome, but it's not all great. Is the best way to put it.
One bad thing, I don't know if it's just me, but it's just a thought in the back of your head thinking, oh my god, I might have COVID type of things. Like, oh, if I was in close contact with this person, I might have COVID. And that could affect the way you learn, study, pay attention.
Yeah, I do
And
get
that's what
that.
happened to me the first time.
Whenever I got quarantined the first time, that was my main thought. When I got it the second time, I wasn't as worried about it because my game
Hmm.
plan is to quarantine myself at my dad's house because there's less people there,
Yeah.
and so that's my game plan because it's smarter.
Uh huh.
Because if I was here, especially now, if I was here, there's a baby here. There's my sister, my her husband, all that stuff. There's a bunch of people here now,
Yeah.
so it's smarter just to go to my dad's.
Yeah, I've been quarantined twice. One because of football, and one because I actually had COVID back
Yeah.
in November, I think. I actually tested positive on election day.
No, that's funny.
And I know this is really off topic and this might offend people, but I remember my friend, I won't say his name, posted on Snapchat, COVID ends today wearing a like a Trump flag and like all Trump attire, yada yada yada.
Hmm.
I text him, I said, "Hey, I tested positive for COVID," and he got quarantined. That made my day because
That's
he's like
great.
a complete Trump supporter, and
Oh, I get
I
it.
have nothing against Trump supporters at all, but it was just ironic.
I get
That's what
it.
I'm trying to get with.
Yeah, especially there's a lot of stuff I try not to get political about because
Yeah.
it doesn't really get fun
Well,
discussion.
now in day and age, you breathe wrong and bam, you're called a Biden supporter, Trump supporter. It's like, shut up. You're
Exactly.
16. You have no reason to talk
Yeah,
about
it,
it.
it doesn't matter. Like, like who cares about like really what your political stances? You mean like they're like I don't really want to get too into it, but I'm mixed. I'm in the middle. That's the best way to
Uh
put it.
huh. Yeah, I know. Well, we don't know half this stuff. We're 16. We
Exactly.
listen to one news source that says one thing, and then another news source says something else. We don't know which one to go off.
That's the issue. Like that's why I pride myself with like the fact that I do like a lot of research when it comes to certain things, and that's why I'm in the middle. I agree with a lot of both sides.
Uh huh.
But
Yeah.
yeah, before we actually go too far off, let's get back to our main topic, which is
Oh
school.
yeah. Yeah. Uh huh.
So
School.
yeah, so do you want me to start off with the positives, or you want to start it off,
Uh, I mean, I can start off with the positives for online school after
or like
getting
or what
after
you
having
thought were the
quarantine, right?
positives? Yeah,
So, I mean, the positives, I guess, is depending on the teacher, you're least likely to get called on by the
that is
teacher
true.
because they forget about you half the time. Not gonna lie.
That is very true.
Um, you don't have to wear your mask. I mean, I don't mind wearing my mask, but I guess that's really a plus.
Yeah,
Um,
especially I do feel that sometimes because like it's especially with football, like, if you don't have multiple masks, you're kind of screwed.
yeah. Another positive. Another positive. I mean, for study halls, you get to do whatever you want.
That is always nice.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that's really positive
Yeah,
about online school.
yeah. I can think of a few positives that pertain to me. Okay, so um,
Okay.
and this can pertain to a good amount of people who are like me when they want to get up early, just in case. I guess the best way to put it. They
Yeah.
want to have a good breakfast, all that stuff. You mean, which
Oh yeah,
I
you can
tried.
sleep more.
I tried to do. You mean, so first things
Hmm.
first, you can sleep a lot more. Even here's the thing, most people I would say wake up 6:30 for school, like
Yeah,
up
that's
here,
most.
because for a good amount of us, our bus usually arrives about 7,
Yeah, I would say so.
around that time. You mean, so no matter what, I would say average. No matter what, people are getting more sleep because they're getting at least an extra like hour.
I think first time I got quarantined, I woke up at like 7:35 once. It just got to my desk and turned on my computer and
Oh,
bam,
I did
school.
that a lot too, actually, because it's like I could finally, I could get my sleep schedule finally in order, because that was so screwed up at one point.
Yeah.
Another big plus is that certain classes you can't do, which is a plus
Oh
or a negative,
yeah.
and a plus or a negative in your eyes. You mean
Uh-huh.
like
Like if I
another
got quarantined, I couldn't do any of my acting classes. They've said that
yeah
multiple times.
what I would like, for example, one class I couldn't do was electronics, which was a plus and a negative because I like that class, but it was nice to have a few breaks so I can get more study halls in technically.
Yeah.
um and like it's really great for me though because I actually had it first and this semester, so I actually can talk about both experiences. Like in both
Uh-huh.
semesters. Um, Another great plus, especially if your quarantine was if you got quarantine and someone else is quarantined, you can hang out technically and hang out like
Hmm.
like with like playing games, all that stuff, which me and you did.
Yeah, and then
That
me
was
and John
fun.
also played Xbox a lot when we were quarantined because we never attend math class. It's like, screw it. We'll just make up together.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
was really funny because like there was a few there. I'm not even gonna lie. There was one time I accidentally slept in one of my classes. I'm like, but I almost slept through the whole thing. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, wait, if I just join, I'll be like, the Wi-Fi was down because it has been down for the past few days. I'll be set.
Yeah.
Join in and I'm like, hey, sorry, the Wi-Fi's bad. She goes, oh, okay. And I just see tardy. I'm like, I'll take it.
I mean, it's better than being
Absent.
absent.
It's a lot better. Um. So yeah, I would say those are the main plus sides. I mean, there's also the minor ones where it's like, no matter what, you have a decent lunch. You mean,
Yeah, you have all this food at your disposal.
yeah, you have
Gives
free
you
time.
eat. Hmm.
There's some minor stuff like that, but nothing too great. You mean?
Yeah.
All right. So do you want me to start off with the negatives, or you want to start it off?
You can start off with the negatives.
All right. I would say the first negative would be Iraq. It's a positive and negative, which is the amount of time you'll have. Like
That's true.
I personally do not have a problem with school. I actually do enjoy going to it because I see a lot of my friends and it's fun, to go there occasionally and explore some of my passions.
Yeah.
Not and so you're especially since I'm sitting there like especially after school, it's like wow, well that went by fast. Huh? What am I gonna do now? I
Exactly.
I have experienced that too many times because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Um, another negative, and this is more like just fear. I would say more panic wise, which is some of your classes, don't have meets, like which that's what we use, which can be
Hmm.
a plus and a negative. But if you think it has a meet, you're gonna panic.
That's true though. Like if you're banking on it to have a meet and then it doesn't, you're like done for.
Yeah, because you think, oh, I like, what's wrong? What you mean? You're thinking like like you're thinking like your head starts kind of racing, like like that feeling like whenever like something's wrong and you have to do something but you don't know what to do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that panic you feel. That's why I feel whenever like that's why I felt this year actually. Cause for foods, they said there was gonna be a meat, right? Never
Uh-huh.
was. There was not a single meat. Which
Jeez.
that which if you're listening, you're like, oh, that makes sense. It's foods. We only cook one day of the week.
That's on block day.
That's on block days, which we just hit, which I think most of you know, but I'm not sure. Block days are days where we just there are two of them where we have odd block days and even block days where the odd block days are days where we just do our odd classes like one, three,
Three,
five,
five, 7.
7,
Yep.
and we just do them for an hour and a half instead of 45 minutes. And then obviously even block day is the reverse.
2, 4, 6. Yep.
Yep.
8. Yep.
And so yeah, and which actually I haven't even commented on the block day. We'll comment on it after, but um, with with that could be it could be really nerve wracking because you're sitting there like you know what I mean,
Uh-huh.
like you don't know what to do.
Exactly.
Um, and I would say another really big negative is just learning in general.
Yeah.
This is a problem with visual learners, I guess. It's not as bad now, but it is not really easy learning online. Like it can be, it can be decent, but it's not great.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and I would say that's really all I got to comment on that. Really, it's not really the greatest to learn online because you're just sitting there seeing a screen that's like partially delayed, and it's like nice. I get to experience this in like like on like bank voltage. Great, like the bank cam voltage. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's that. And another thing that's kind of annoying with that. I mean, it could be a double edged sword where it's like sometimes it's awesome. Sometimes you're like sitting there like, oh, okay, this is fine. I actually can take notes. You
Uh-huh.
mean? And then there are the other days. It's also funny since I obviously when I get quarantined I don't do announcements because that's what I usually do for film. And I
Yeah.
find out how the announcements go. You mean like when I actually watch them?
Yeah.
I do not know if any of the online students actually understand them.
I doubt
Genuine,
it.
genuinely speaking, because I remember when I went on there once. I went on there like a few times. Obviously, like on Wednesdays. That's when I actually see them.
Hmm.
I would see them, and I'm like, I cannot understand this. Like I know the basics. I think I can inference what lunch is tomorrow. But I mean, like, I
Tomorrow is
can't do,
sloppy joes with spudsters.
dude. Yeah, and like, I can't exactly, I can't even say for certain what it is at this point. You mean sometimes,
Uh-huh.
and like the actual quality of the video is even worse.
God, it is. What do you guys record on?
We record, it's either because like one of our Jenny on our thing has her own camera, so we can record with that. I have a Canon camera that they gave me because it ran out. It's either
Yeah.
those two, which they're good. They're gonna be good for actual filming. You mean, or it's the Sony Handycams, which video wise they're all right, but mic wise they are terrible.
Yeah.
Like when when you're watching like a video and like you hear someone's mic dies in the video, they like put on the thing like sorry my mic died.
Uh-huh.
That's what it sounds like. Like it does not sound good.
It does not.
Um, so yeah, I think another big negative is sometimes it's like it's one of the more actually it's not really big. It's more of a minor one, which is I would consider like when you have to turn on your camera for like certain classes because
Yeah.
most classes they don't care.
Yeah,
But
my
there's
first hour history, he doesn't care.
yeah, most of my classes didn't care. But there was one teacher that like would enforce it, which was my English teacher, and it
Huh?
was and it's and I look, I'd be fine with turning on my camera any other time in the day, not first thing in the morning, dude.
Yeah, like you just got out of bed, you look
It's
like
like why I do not want to do this first thing in the morning. I feel and look like crap. Like I don't care how I look. I don't really care how I present myself. You mean I don't really care too much about that. I care much how more how I feel.
true.
So yeah, and that's really my negatives for it. What are your negatives? Like anything similar or like your own problems?
Uh, basically what you said, but the only thing I could think of for me is I have all these electronics at my disposal. I just get too distracted. I don't pay
Ah,
attention
I can
because
feel
like
that.
I have like a TV, phone, all that stuff. Because like I'll be like sitting at my desk and I'll hear my phone go off. I'm like, oh my god, I need to answer it. Because at school it's always in my backpack. I don't hear it half the time.
Yeah,
So I've just resorted to chucking my phone across the room and leaving it there until each hour ends.
yeah, I actually feel that.
But I've not gotten quarantined since November, so I've not experienced any of these, which I'm
I got you.
incredibly proud about.
A lot of these are fresh in my head because obviously,
Yeah, you got out of quarantine like what, the 22nd?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's also one of the things I actually never brought up was block days on like being quarantined, which can actually be more interesting than normal days sometimes because like for me, Wednesday block days, I got more sleep. Like genuinely,
Um,
I got more sleep because my first 2 hours I couldn't go to. They were all, both online.
I'll have to go all the way back to first semester. What did I have? I had history, study hall, stress, and then bio. My second time around, I did not attend any of my classes because I was sick out of my mind with COVID.
Yeah,
And the first time I got quarantined was like beginning of the year, and I don't remember that. So
yeah, I feel
I think they were fine. I don't remember. I mean, I passed. So
that. Yeah. And Tuesday block days were nice because even now still actually Tuesday block days are nice when it comes to online because I get out early.
what's your favorite block day in general, regardless of it being online?
Um, I think in general I would say like this semester and last semester I would say Tuesday block days, like odd block days.
I love odd block days because I have my acting classes back to back.
Nice,
I have my acting two, three, third hour, and then my musical theater shop fifth hour.
nice. For me it was because both days I have a long study hall, which I always appreciate,
Uh-huh.
and both days I have long study hall. Both days I have my world history teacher, which both of them I liked.
Hmm.
And I either had, and then last year I had PE, which I like PE. It's fun. What else was I supposed to say?
Yeah.
And this year I have foods, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
And really, and like for and last semester and this semester, there's nice things about even block days for both, even because a film is first hour for both. And despite the fact that still kind of sucks, I do like filmmaking still. There,
Uh-huh.
that's not gonna be taken away. I still like it, but I don't really like the class itself.
Yeah.
Um, that's really my only issue with that. And obviously, I realize I'm saying a lot. I do that.
Oh no, that's fine.
Now, someone pointed that out to me when I don't use a script. Yeah.
Improv.
Uh, sorry about that, audience. Anyway, but um, whenever like even block, either and or quarantine on block even days are fine because I have like I said I film. Electronics is a fun class when I'm in there, and if I'm not, I sleep in longer.
Uh-huh.
Chemistry, like I said, is an interesting class because of the people in there,
Hmm.
and geometry is a mech class. Either way,
Yeah.
it has it. The only thing that's different online is that it's slightly more boring because I don't really talk to people.
Yeah, that's also a like factor. You just sit there and look at your computer.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, the plus side is if there's a bad sub, I'm never gonna see it online.
That's true because half the time they don't know how to work online.
Yeah, they don't even like turn on the thing. And even if they do, what are they gonna do? Like tell me not to be on my phone?
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
good
also
luck.
plus you can be on your phone, but
It's one of those things where it's like, how are you gonna tell me not to be on my phone? I'm at my own house. Like you don't have authority over me.
true.
Like that's not me being like, like it's not like oh, I'm gonna do it just because I'm gonna do it. Like no, I don't. I'm not like one of those people that, like just do it like cause, like oh I can. I do it. I really only go on my phone whenever I'm done with stuff because well I just don't like dealing with it later.
That's true.
That's simple. I just don't like procrastinating.
Oh, I procrastinate so much and I hate it.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying not to. That's my only issue with procrastinating because look, I do it a good amount, but I try not to, and it sucks.
Uh-huh.
And like that's one, and then I realize, oh crap, it's the day of the thing. I guess I gotta just guess.
Uh-huh.
Which is weird because it hasn't failed me yet, but I don't want to be there when it fails me. Um,
So, I mean, we talked about this a couple topics ago, but are you doing football next year?
huh?
Are you doing football next year?
I think I will. I'm not entirely sure because I believe I'm going to pursue film a little more, and football doesn't prohibit me from doing film. In fact, I'm actually gonna be doing it soon, with you actually.
Yeah.
But it's more so I have more time to like focus on it. I
Yeah, I
do
get you
think
what you mean.
I do think I'm gonna go to it anyway because one I'm still trying to get better physically.
Uh-huh.
I'm not an athletic person really, and I want to be more athletic. And working out is has been one of the greatest things I can do recently, mentally wise.
Uh-huh.
Like I ain't one of those people like, oh, I have, like I'm not one of those people. I have self-diagnosed depression. Man. It's totally there. It's like no, I just like working out. Clears my mind.
Yeah.
And
I
yeah,
still think you should take like an acting class or like
I
intro to theater or something.
I I think I should, but at the same time, like I can't really change it now.
Well, yeah, I know, but like I'm talking maybe like second semester junior year
Yeah,
or second.
I might switch to my classes, like next year.
Yeah,
We'll
because
find out.
if you wanna take in film, I mean, what you planning to work behind the camera or in front of the camera?
At this point, especially if it's independent, it's probably gonna have to be both. Which, to be fair, my acting skills aren't horrible. You mean like
And the
they're
intro to theater is gonna be the perfect class for you because it's basically everything you know with camera angles and stuff, just a little more.
yeah, like behind the camera, I would say I'm pretty good. I've been complimented as a good director. I am good. I'm good behind the camera. I mean, like there are people who will obviously be better at me camera wise. I'm fully willing to admit that. Directing wise, people around me, I don't really know because no one else really like wanted to direct. Get my idea?
Yeah.
And editing
Uh-huh.
wise, I, I think I'm a good editor. People like I don't think I'm perfect. Or like really great. I've seen my stupid Sunday video, but you know, like film wise, I think I'm pretty good. Like actually editing for a professional thing,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
like because and I actually do want to quickly get into this, like while it's on my mind, for the viewers. That's kind of part of the reason why I don't really upload because I kind of get stuck at the editor.
Yeah.
That's really it. And also because I wanted to make a thing on Black Mesa, but I'm still not sure if that's copyrighted music in it or not. Like genuinely speaking, I'm not sure. Like I really
So,
want to because I'm very much into the Half Life series, but I'm really iffy if that's copyrighted music.
uh,
anyway, anyway, what
so
about?
have you talked to I'm using code names again, Paul and Ron about if they're going anywhere for spring break for if
Oh,
we can film with
yes, I
them,
did. Sadly, they are actually.
Florida, California?
No, I think they're going. Not really actually sure where they're going off the top of my head. I just remember they said they're going somewhere. I think they're going with they're going with um what's his face?
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I think they're going with Ron.
Okay.
Keywords think, from what I remember.
Yeah, yeah.
It's also
Uh-huh.
funny because I found out that he is actually a decent cameraman, and if he doesn't go, for sure, he actually would be down to help us film wise.
Yeah, but I'd say maybe me and you can just film something. Like maybe we can even type up an entirely new script just involving us two because I'm not going anywhere for spring break. I don't think you're going anywhere.
Yeah, I think what we should do, actually, if the audience wants some input, you mean, tell us what you think we
Yeah.
could do, you mean, but
Oh yeah, I was just talking like there's no audience in front of us. See, this is a good thing about podcast. We just have conversations, so I forget half the time we're actually recording something.
which is nice.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so for the audience, give us input, because we plan to release this. I I'm not sure. I think I want to say like a good like few weeks after spring break because I need to edit it and do school stuff.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like a week or two after spring break with my editing, cause I'm pretty fast when it comes to editing. I usually know what I'm doing.
What software do you use?
I'm planning to upgrade to Premiere Pro hopefully.
Oh, okay.
Um, I like it. It's a good program.
Yeah.
It's easy. Um, and yeah, I think that's all we got. You're about to be hearing some copyright free music. Haha. See in the description.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's another episode of the Randos Podcast. I hope you had a great day. Cole, it was fun recording with you. And
It
yeah,
was fun recording with you too.
thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, that's it. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next episode. Peace out.
See ya.